Culture of Peace, a literary festival celebrating the diverse and vivid cultures of Northeast through writing, music, theatre, film and media, was recently held in New Delhi. Organized under the initiative of Zuban, an independent feminist publishing house, in collaboration with the Heinrich Böll Foundation and Sasakawa Peace Foundation, the festival aimed at bringing pertinent issues concerning the region into the forefront of public discourse. We bring a report. It is often said that words are the most powerful medium to express what one feels and thinks. With the passage of time, literature writing has become one of the powerful medium in a democracy like India. Contribution to Indian literature by eminent writers from its northeastern region like Mitra Phukan, Bhabananda Deka, Dhruba Hazarika, Temsula Ao has been immense. India's northeast has always been identified as a turbulent region. Literature has been building up its base in this volatile region with a number of writers, poets and bloggers aiming to create a positive impact on the masses through their writings. To bring forth the essence of writings by eminent writers from the region, Zuban, an independent feminist publishing house, organized Cultures of Peace festival in the national capital. Distinguished writers, novelists, poets, journalists and academicians from all across the region gathered at the festival to share their opinions and discuss about the literature.
The literature that we are producing now in the Northeast is positive. That is what we want to give to the next generation. It is not about the violence, because that is not all that there is to us. There's so much more. So much beauty there, and I recall the words of an American girl who had spent a few months in Delhi and then came to spend a month in Nagaland. She said, "I feel so safe here."
Students, professionals from all walks of life shared their viewpoints and interacted with panelists during the festival. Panelists also took up the issue of ethnic violence among different communities of the region during a session at the event.
And there seems to be an unending chain of violence that is happening. Either it is from the state or civil society groups, or even from the obvious PowerPoint that is insurgent organizations. So this has been going on for quite too long, and perhaps there is a need to come out of that. Not that you completely ignore the state of violence, but handle this violence with a different medium altogether. And creative writings is one way in which you address the issue, but reach out to the other with a positive note that perhaps this is what we ought not to do.
Besides this, the issues like protests, role of social media in mobilizing and in campaigning were also discussed at the meet.
As an anthropologist, and also as a person who is concerned and engages with Northeast India, is that I think all of us needs to know that she's a human being, and then she needs to move on. I think she has been the symbol of protest, and also really a very important figure in the campaign against the Armed Forces Special Power Act. But now I think she did what she had to do on her part, and now it depends on us, whether it's academics, whether it's social activists, whether it's community leaders, or just the larger public, to know that this is an ongoing process, and we should wish her well in her new, I think, projects, and see where she has to go, because she has the right to her life.
Beloved, have you heard?
Poetry has always been the language of the soul, and the evening brought to life an amazing musical poetry recitation by Eastern Kire and jazz try that left the audience spellbound.
It's leaping.
Eastern Kire is one of the finest storytellers from the region and has written several books, including Bitter Worm Wood, that was published by Zuban House. Poetry recitals by poetess Soibam Haripriya from Manipur and poets Neetu Das and Divya Jyoti Sharma from Assam also stole the show.
Woman-like on the floor.
Also during the festival, an interesting panel discussion on the rich heritage of clothes, fabrics, fashion and tourism of the Northeast brought together young designers, professor and writer on one platform who shared the views. It is worth mentioning that a young Manipur-based designer, Richana Kumanthem, who was among one of the panelists, strives to bring the textiles of Northeast India and Manipur in particular to the forefront. The festival ended on a high note, showing solidarity and hope. It also celebrated the spirit of Northeastern women and showcased their strength and resilience despite the conflict.